What's going on, guys? I'm going to pick up a Funko Pop collection, or at least I believe it to be a collection. So I found an ad on one of my local classifieds. Somebody was selling some pops and they said that they mentioned that they had a bunch in storage. So I'm obviously gonna buy the things that he had already listed, but he said that he brought out a bunch of other boxes in storage. Hasn't sent me any pictures or anything, and I'm gonna look through and see what he's got. He supposedly told me, guys, that this was about 10 years old worth of pops, potentially. We'll see if that ends up being true, but I'm not sure how much I'm gonna be able to film. I'll try and get some footage, guys, maybe take some pictures, but I guess I'll see you in a little bit. And without any further ado, let's get it started. Here we go. Dang, I don't know if you guys can tell, it is a little bit windy. That tree is shaking a bit, so I'm not sure how video footage is gonna come out of this or if I'll get any, but I guess we'll see.
Later.
All right, folks, well, like I anticipated, I didn't really get much footage, or any footage for that matter. I did take a couple of pictures so you guys can kind of see the scene and everything, but guys, the winds, I swear, it's about 25, 30 mile an hour winds right now. It is so cold. But do you want to see a little sneak preview of what I ended up picking up? Meh. I got practically an entire bin of everything, guys. I'll talk about numbers and everything right here. This was close to about, I think 650 is what I paid for everything that's in here, but we can break it down once I get back home. And yeah, I'm kind of excited to show you everything that was in this lot. Okay, back at home, I'm heading down to my office, guys. I got everything in this tote. One thing that I want to tell you guys is if you ever buy a bunch of pops, make sure that you have one of these cool totes. These are like the Christmas tree totes that they have. They're super long, they got wheels, and I can wheel this down into my office, which I'm doing right now. But as far as how I want to show off everything, I think I'll separate it into categories somehow, but there's some cool stuff in here. And by the way, I paid $664 for everything here, which averages out to about, I think, $14.75 per pop, which seemed like a pretty good deal. You'll have to let me know in the comment section below while we go through all of this if you guys think it was a good deal. Okay, folks, starting off with some random Marvel pops. We got some Spider-Man, X-Men, and I think what I'm gonna do as far as maybe highlighting some, maybe highlight the best ones that are a little bit higher in price. So I guess one of the ones that we could focus on right here, guys, is this Venom chase. I wanna say it goes for about 40 bucks if I remember correctly. If you guys didn't know, Pop in the Box actually doesn't exist anymore. So I don't think that really affected much of the value at all, but it is, you know, a little bit of a harder to find chase, I would say. Yeah, we also have the regular Venom. You got Anti-Venom right there, the Hot Topic exclusive. You also have the Spider-Man stealth suit, which is a cool one. And I think both of these ones are pretty decent. We have the LA Kamikaze exclusive right here, the Chrome Colossus. I actually remember when that came out and was shared with Hot Topic. That's a cool one. And I think that this one's been on the rise lately with Weapon X right here, guys. This is a Target exclusive. I remember hunting this one down in stores back in the day, but this is an awesome one, guys. I don't remember what it goes for, but I know it's been on the rise. But yeah, guys, there you go. There are some cool Marvel pops. Up next, guys, I got a little bit of ad icons right here. I think this might be my favorite piece, guys, out of almost everything that I picked up today, and I'm keeping this one in my collection for sure. This is the 2,000 piece Boo Berry ride, and it's a Dorbs ride. If you guys aren't really familiar with Dorbs, I would understand because it's a product that Funko hasn't made in a really long time, but this is a really cool piece, guys. I'm not sure what it goes for, but this is something that is really cool. I collect a lot of the cereal ad icons, and I think this would make a really fun display piece. But the other two guys that were a part of this, we got Lucky the Leprechaun, the glow-in-the-dark Funko Shop exclusive, and also the scented lemon head, which then I think Lucky the Leprechaun's probably the most expensive out of the lot, but there's some ad icons for you. This may be the lone Disney Pop, guys, that I got in this Funko Pop lot, but we have Lady and the Tramp right here. I actually think this has some decent amount of value. I don't remember the value off the top of my head, but I want to say it's probably close to 50 bucks. But this is definitely a really cool one. I'm actually curious, guys, when did this one come out? I think it's, yeah, 2016. So it's a little bit of an older one now. I'd probably say about, 7, 8 years old. But anyways, there is the lone Disney Pop of the lot. Up next, guys, I have a couple of random retro toys pops. Got the glow-in-the-dark exclusive, Funko Shop exclusive Glowworm right there, and also Nemesis Prime, which I know Nemesis Prime actually has some decent value, so out of these two, that would be definitely the more valuable. But I have a feeling that this one will probably be on the rise with the, the Pop Digital Transformers pops that came out recently. And I don't know, those overall Transformers pops, the retro toys ones, have done really well, and I just have a good feeling about this one. But yeah, there are a couple of different random retro toys pops. From the Pop Books line, guys, I have some Dr. Seuss pops. If you want to take a look, guys, we have the Grinch chase, which I find to be a really interesting chase. I'm not quite sure where that blue variant comes from, but if we want to come over to here, guys, we have the white version as well, which is a Funko Shop exclusive. And then this is probably one of the more valuable Dr. Seuss pops that are out there, guys. We got the Lorax. I want to say that he goes for about 50 bucks if I remember correctly. But anyways, guys, the Dr. Seuss ones are really fun, and I think I got a good lot of them right here. Okay, I'm just throwing these into their own group because they're the only like actual real people pops that I have. But you have the John Lennon Chase, which is pretty awesome. It's the black and white one. I think this was a Funko Shop exclusive. And also Edgar Allan Poe. I know that there are a couple of different Edgar Allan Poe pops, but I think this one is pretty rad. I love that he's holding the skull. It's even kind of like a popified version of a skull as well. But even though these aren't in the same category, guys, these are the only like, you know, legit real people pops that I have in this lot. So I figured I'd put them together. Up next, folks, I have some DC pops. We have the Scented Swamp Thing, which I honestly don't even want to know what that smells like. Can't imagine that it's all that great, but maybe they're, you know, they're pulling like a trick on people and maybe it smells like something else. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to, you know, do that experiment for myself. But I also have this 10,000 piece random Jungle Batman as well. Trying to remember when Jungle Batman came out, guys. I'll have to look right here. 2017. Okay, so that's about when I remember. I actually remember when this dropped on the Funko Shop, so that is definitely a really cool one. But just a couple of random DC pops for you. Okay, up next are some cartoon classics, I would say, and some other, you know, original Funko ones. So we'll start off with the original Funko ones. You can see that the boxes may be a little bit faded on the front. He did mention that he had some of these at a swap meet, and so, you know, that would make sense if they're a little sun faded. But yeah, these are both, I believe, Emerald City Comic Con exclusives. This one looks like it is from 2018, limited to 2,500 pieces, which is Pulpo. And also limited to 3,000 pieces right here, guys. This is the Green T-Bone from 2017. I honestly think I might keep this one in my collection. I know it has a pretty cool little hidden detail when you take it out of the box. And you know, I love me some Funko Pop secret videos if you haven't seen those videos yet. But this one I think is staying in the collection, guys. We'll move over to Felix the Cat. I don't think that this is a super old one by any means, but I think the Funko Shop exclusive actually has some decent value. And then down here, guys, we have some original Hanna-Barbera characters with their chases as well. Touche Turtle and also Wally Gator. Those are actually some pretty cool, you know, like different color variation chases. So those are pretty sweet. And then I also have the Beagle Scout Snoopy with Woodstock. There you guys go. These are a little bit random. I know, classic cartoons, classic Funko characters, but pretty solid pops nonetheless. Up next, guys, I have some Nickelodeon, and I just decided to throw a DreamWorks pop in there. But we have the Aang on Air Scooter Chase, which is actually a really solid one. I think it actually still holds value, even though this has been, you know, reprinted a good amount of times, but it would probably be the most valuable out of all the, you know, these three pops right here. Rocco and Spunky actually is a pretty good one. This one does have a chase as well, but I think this one's been up on the rise lately. You know, it's getting up there in age and, you know, classic Nickelodeon. So that's a cool one with Rocco and Spunky. And honestly, this is kind of a random one, Light Fury from How to Train Your Dragon. I think the original one might have gone up in value. I'm not quite sure if this one has, but that's kind of a random lot of Nickelodeon, DreamWorks. Still some pretty cool ones though. Up next, guys, I have some video game pops. And all of these actually hold pretty decent value right here, guys. We have Resident Evil, we have the Licker. I know that there are some Resident Evil pops that go for some really good money because I think they only made the one series, then they just called it good after that. The Licker might be a little bit lower in value than some of the other ones, but it's still not bad. Sweet Tooth, I know at one point was on the rise quite a bit as well, but I think it still holds some really good value. I actually have this one in my collection right here, guys, if you want to see right there. So this will definitely be a double for me, but Sweet Tooth definitely is a good one. And the Flock Sonic, I know had some pretty good value at one point. I know it's gone down a little bit. I'm not quite sure what it goes for right now. I still think it goes for about 50 or 60, but some pretty solid video game pops right here. Up next, guys, I have a couple of different Looney Tunes. Got Michigan J Frog. He was a 2017 Emerald City Comic Con exclusive. Pretty solid one. I have that one in my collection. I don't remember if I have this one or not. This is the Duck Dodgers Chase. I'll have to double check on that one, but that is definitely a really cool one. I love the metallic finish on that chase. And also Marvin the Martian from that same set. I know that, you know, Marvin the Martian has had a couple of different pops. Prices have fluctuated here and there, so I'm not quite sure what the Duck Dodgers version of him is at now. But if you guys are interested in some Looney Tunes pops, I've got a couple. All right, coming in with some adult animated cartoons right here. We got South Park, Family Guy, and The Simpsons. I've never really gotten into the South Park pops much because I haven't really watched the show, but I know Zombie Kenny at one point actually had some pretty good value, but Zombie Kenny's a really solid one. We have Cartman right here that says, I'm a Little Pig, or Piggy, I think. And also the Coon version of him, which is a 2017 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. But yeah, some of the older South Park Pops definitely have some good value. And up here, guys, Family Guy. If you guys didn't know, they actually made a set of Family Guy Pops. And I turned this one around for you so you could actually see, guys. They made Peter, Brian, Stewie, and also this Ray Gun Stewie. So those are definitely ones that have been climbing in value. And then we have Sideshow Bob. This was a Funko Shop exclusive a few years back, but definitely some really solid adult animation Pops for sure. And I gotta say, I think cartoon Pops are some of my favorite. Okay, I may have lied a little bit when I said I only had one Disney Pop. I forgot that I had these two right here. We have Pajama Jack and also the Sharkhead Maui, which I actually really like the Sharkhead Maui, guys. I like how they actually have the detail of his tattoos, and they actually changed, you know, to kind of fit him being a shark. You can actually see that little fish tattoo right there on his chest because he is a shark. But yeah, I figured I'd throw those ones in pretty quick because I forgot I had some other Disney ones. Okay, folks, a couple of random Ninja Turtles Pops before we wrap up. Got the FYE exclusive Leonardo right there, and also the specialty series Casey Jones. And guys, I don't know about you, but pretty much FYE doesn't really exist anymore in my area. I live in Utah, so it's kind of interesting to see that old FYE sticker. Kind of, you know, RIP FYE, they're getting out of the Funko game from what I've heard. But anyways, these are some pretty solid ones. I'm pretty sure Leonardo has more value than Casey Jones, but I would say Casey Jones is still a pretty cool figure. I definitely love the details. I love his mask right there. I think it's pretty great. But yeah, there's some Ninja Turtles for you. And finally, my favorite Funko Pop in the lot, guys, has got to be this one. We have the Superhero Kermit from Emerald City Comic Con 2017. And this is actually limited to 3,000 pieces, guys. And I don't know about you, but I just never see Muppets Pops very often. I've been wanting to start a collection, guys, of all the different Muppet Pops, and I'm on the fence about this one if I want to keep it or not. This I know is a pop that goes for, you know, well over $100, especially because it is an official Comic-Con stickered pop right there. So I'm on the fence about this one, guys. I would say the back is taunting me right there, guys, with some of the other original Muppets Pops with Kermit, Miss Piggy, Animal, Sam Eagle, and also the Swedish Chef. So I don't know, guys. I'll definitely think about this one, but if not, you'll probably see it in an upcoming auction if I decide, you know, to not keep it. Okay, I brought everything back out, guys. Set it on my desk right here. You'll have to let me know, did I end up getting a good deal on all of these? I would say overall it's not bad. Like I said, it averaged it out to about, you know, $14.75 a piece for all of these different ones. But guys, be sure to follow me over on Whatnot. I'll definitely be auctioning off, you know, some of these here pretty soon. So definitely follow all the links down below if you're interested. But I also might have some of these guys at What's Poppin', which is an event coming up here in Utah here in a little bit. So if you're in the Utah area, guys, and you're local and you're interested in some of these pops, I might have some of them there. But there you have it, folks. That's going to do it for today's video. You'll have to let me know in the comment section below, what's your favorite piece that you saw in this overall lot that I bought? Mine definitely has to be the Kermit or the Boo Berry, but let me know in the comment section below what you think. Also, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos like this one here. Thank you guys so much for watching again. You guys are awesome and the best. Like always, remember to be kind to one another. Always promote positivity. I will see you in the next video. Catch you guys later.